When I was younger, like really young, 10 years old, my father used to bring us to his friend's house near a lake. And we used to spend, my brothers and I used to spend the good part of the morning just playing by the lake. But we didn't play next to the lake. What we did was, without the knowledge of my father's friend nor him, we used to go into the monsoon drain that leads into the lake and catch guppies. Now the monsoon drain was filled with moss, and we used to slip very often, not realizing that none of us knew how to swim, that at any point one of us could have easily slipped and be swept into the pond, and none of us would be able to save this person, because if one of us were to fall in, I think all of us would equally drown, because none of us knew how to swim, and the monsoon drain leading it was large and full of moss and very, very slippery. Today I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't allow, if I had children, to go and play even close to that drain, because I know how dangerous it was. But lack of knowledge gives you confidence. When you're young, you don't have knowledge, so you become very confident. You do things without fear. But as you grow old, you realize the dangers, and these dangers provide a sense of fear, and you tend to lose your confidence. A very good morning to you. My name is Gerard, and what I try to do this channel is I try to take a passage of the Bible and try to relate it in today's times, in today's circumstances. It may not be theologically sound, but that's my interpretation. And today's reading is from the book according to Mark chapter 1, verses 21 to 28. He says, Jesus and his disciples went as far as Capernaum. And as soon as the Sabbath came, he went to the synagogue and began to teach. And his teaching made a deep impression on them, because unlike the scribes, he taught with authority. In the synagogue just then, there was a man possessed by an unclean spirit, and it shouted, "What do you want with me, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." But Jesus said sharply, "Be quiet, come out of him." And the unclean spirit threw the man into convulsions, and with a loud cry went out of him. The people were so astonished that they started asking each other what it all meant. Here is a teaching. Here is a teaching that is new, they said, and with authority behind it. He gives orders even to the unclean spirits, and they obey him. And his reputation rapidly spread everywhere through all the surrounding Galilean countryside. The gospel of the Lord. The reason I brought up the time when I was a little boy and played in the pond, next to the pond, not knowing the dangers, is because sometimes knowing dangers gives us a sense of fear, a sense of inconfidence. We dare not do something because of the knowledge that we have that we could lead us into trouble. Now Jesus spoke with authority. He spoke with authority, and that's one of the reasons, it's not probably why, he had a lot of followers. Rightly or wrongly, whether he knew what he was saying is right or whether he didn't know what he was saying is right, he spoke with authority. Now, the thinking I have today is this, is that sometimes when you know too much of things, you got to then take a chance and fake the confidence in order to move forward as a leader. If you make a decision and you don't know whether it's right or wrong, if people see that you are fearful, you're going to have less of them in wanting to to um, to follow you, to allow you to lead them. So, but if you don't move, if you don't do, and it doesn't matter if you whatever you do is wrong, because in an environment where there's no leaders, it's better somebody takes leadership, does something, rather than nobody does anything. And you've got to feign that confidence. You just got to pretend to be confident. Now, this is a very important aspect of leadership I think anyone should have, because I myself have always been seen as a very inconfident person, somebody who's very low self-esteem. But recently I've come to realize that confidence, or people seeing the confidence in you, is very important. So let us focus on the positives, what could go right rather than what could go wrong. If we do that, perhaps in time, when we see that we learn, when we see that we have done right over time, the confidence will come. So let's fake the confidence, that is, till we make it. And that is my thought for this morning. Have a good day.